Hey everyone, this is Pete, and welcome back to Atari A to Z, a series of short playthroughs of Atari 8-bit games, some which I grew up with and some which are new to me. Today is one of the latter. This is Onslaught, which was released in 1982, developed by a guy called Harvey Leuchner, I think is how you pronounce that. This is also known as Klystron Raider. And that is about all the information I can find on this game. There doesn't seem to be any information about it at all. There's not even a sort of convincing reason out there as to why it's got two different names. So I think the best thing to do is to just jump in and play it and see what happens. So let's go play Onslaught, or Klystron Raider, whatever you want to call it.
Okay, here we are with Onslaught by H. Leuchner. I think I pronounced that Leuchner earlier, and that was incorrect. I do apologise, and I've probably also pronounced Leuchner wrong as well. But there we go. Anyway, this is a pretty simple game. Not a lot to say about it really, so let's just jump in and play. So, in the grand tradition of Atari 2600 games, we have a series of different games we can choose from, and in fact, all these different games are slight variations on the same theme. So game 1, you'll see we have a wide ship at the bottom, and we have large shots represented by that flashing square. Game 2, we have a small ship and large shots. Game 3, we have a big ship and small shots. Game 4, we have a small ship and small shots. And then 5, 6, 7 and 8 are exactly the same, but with 5 lives instead of 3. And then 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 are the same, but with 2 players. So, let's just start with game 1, which we can assume to be the basic way to play, and start playing. So, you control your ship at the bottom of the screen. You can fire up to 3 shots at once, and enemies will appear one at a time from the top of the screen with an accompanying noise. And so, it's pretty simple to begin with. But as you progress, it starts to get faster and faster. If you hit that diamond thing, I believe everything on the screen gets destroyed. And so that's not so much useful in these early stages, but as you progress, it will become more and more useful. Let's see if we can actually hit it this time. Oh no, I got hit by an enemy bullet instead. Alright. So you then start again at a pretty slow speed. So with each new life, it sort of eases you back in gently rather than throwing you straight into the onslaught, if you will. Oh, dead. When you're ready. There we go. Fired 3 shots and all of them missed. I am terrible. Oh dear. Enter your name, Pete. Right. So that was game 1. I'm going to play game 2 with the smaller ship. If I can remember how to do that. There we go. Option is what does that. So now we have a smaller ship, so it is harder for us to get hit. We still have big old bullets, making it easy for us to hit our enemies. Now, one slight issue with this that you might notice is the fact that there's only one high score. Regardless of the game mode you're playing, there's just one high score. So there's nothing stopping you from setting a high score on one of the easier game modes. And then, for example, challenging someone else to beat it. That assumes, of course, that you have anyone else who would want to play this game. Ah, there we go. So that's what the diamond thing does. That gives you 1,000 points and destroys everything. Looks like it might reset the speed as well. That might be a good thing to do if things are getting a little bit too hectic. So in a way, this game actually reminds me a bit of games like Atari's Avalanche and Activision's Kaboom. In that you're sort of following a path of things that are appearing bit by bit. And trying to deal with that. Yeah, that does reset the speed as well, so that's going to be an important part of progressing, I guess. Is just surviving as long as you can. And then hitting the diamond ship to blow everything up. I do like the fact that the enemy shots can take each other out as well, so if you can weave around them effectively or bait them in a particular direction, you can actually get them to take each other out. I don't know if that scores you any additional points, because I haven't been paying a huge amount of attention to the score, but it's advanced pro strats. So I'd never heard of this game before today, but I've actually been quite enjoying it. I mean, it's simple and it's dumb and there's nothing to it really, but it's got an addictive quality to it for sure. It's just got that sort of nice score attack quality where you just want to keep playing just to see if you can beat your score, see how high you can take it. And yes, these slow bits are a little bit tiresome, but they accelerate before long, and they give you a chance to have a nice breather after the more onslaughty stages. Not sure what else there is to say, really. Let's just keep blasting for now. Sometimes it's nice to have a simple and uncomplicated game that you can just enjoy for what it is. No need to analyse it on any particularly deep level. It's just a game about shooting things that come down the screen and not dying. Okay, there's not much variety here, and it doesn't seem to get any faster than it does right now. In fact, I'll tell you what, I'm deliberately not going to shoot that thing. I am going to die, though, apparently. What I was going to say is I was going to deliberately not shoot that thing and see if it got any faster than that. Let's try and do that this time. I'll tell you what I do like in this is the fact you can have more than one bullet on screen at once. Which was pretty unusual for fixed shooters at the time. So if you think back to games we've seen previously on this series like Golf. In fact, Golf had that really unusual mechanic where you could fire a new shot while your previous one was on the screen, but it would basically just destroy the old shot. So you could sort of do a really short range kind of rapid fire thing at the front of your ship. But no, in this you can fire 3 at once. Which makes it much more satisfying when you get to the onslaughty bits and you can just sort of spray bullets. Well, I say spray bullets. We're not talking sort of modern shoot 'em up, filling the screen with your bullet patterns, but For the time period, relatively, having 3 shots on screen at once was spraying bullets. Right, pay attention to the bullets and keep out of their way. Don't get greedy. It's the essence of so many of these early shoot-em-ups is not getting greedy. And it's so hard to remember at times. It's because you see all these lovely juicy targets and you think, oh, I really want to shoot all of them. But then you get a shot right in your face. Oh no! I'm never going to see that bloody mothership again, am I? Right. The reason I pronounced the developer of this game's name incorrectly in the intro, by the way, is because I can't read my own handwriting. It's no more complicated reason than that. I wrote his name down, but I wrote it down so badly that I couldn't tell if it was an N or a U. Evidently, I should have been a doctor. Alright, come on, give me the damn mothership. Look at those pro-grazing skills. Oh, here it comes. Right, so I'm going to leave it be. And I'm going to see if it gets any faster after that. It does not. So, in fact, given the number of targets on screen, it's almost more worthwhile ignoring that. Because 1,000 points isn't that much in the grand scheme of things. And I'm pretty sure you can attain that pretty quickly just by blasting your way through the hordes. Anyway, I'm probably overthinking this. Because this literally is all there is to this game. But I'm going to keep going until the bitter end. Out of some bizarrely misplaced pride. Okay. I'll tell you what, this game would be great with a paddle controller. That would make it feel even more like Avalanche and Kaboom. But, yeah, imagine just being able to zip back and forth across the screen really quickly with a paddle. That would be cool. But no, we're stuck here with dear old joystick. Moving left to right at a constant pace. Waiting for death. I'm starting to feel like I've reached a point where my level of skill at this game has sort of outstripped the maximum possible difficulty that the game has to offer. Because it's not getting any harder. And as long as you can just avoid those bullets, which actually isn't horrendously difficult when the screen's pretty packed, because they're just as likely to run into something else as they are you. And we're getting extra lives every time we destroy the mothership as well. Strap in, boys and girls, it's going to be a long night. On the other hand, wouldn't it be amazing if I set some sort of world record for this game while recording this video? Not that anyone would care. As you know, game that no one has heard of, that there is no information about online. I mean, who gives a shit if some fat bearded dude from the UK sets a particularly high score on it? I'd care, and I know you'd care, dear viewer. And that's why I do this. I'm getting into that weird state of flow where it's just hypnotic at this point. And like, I'm not actively enjoying myself as such, but I'm just sort of playing on autopilot. Just because the game is there, it is still going, so I must play it. I must continue. I must keep going until my brain explodes and melts out of my ears. I almost don't want to hit that now because I don't want any extra lives, because it's just prolonging this experience. It's just going on and on and on. And I'm starting to resent this game more the more I play it. But I've made a commitment at this point. I said I'd see this through to the end. And by golly, I'm going to do it, probably. Actually getting quite tired. Should probably think about going to bed soon. Oh well, if this is the game that finally kills me, you can say that I died with not a smile on my face as such, but a sort of an expression of polite indifference. And I don't know anymore. It's the flashing lights and the pretty colours, they're just all getting to me, and it's hypnotic, and God, just nothing happened in this game. Literally nothing. Like, there's no... Just fire more than one bullet at me. Just do something. Go faster. Anything. I don't care what. Just do something interesting, please. Nearly 60,000 points. 60,000 points and another extra life. Make it stop. Make it stop. I feel like I'm in an episode of Black Mirror or something where I'm just forced to play this game for hours and hours and hours. Oh, I lost a life. Oh my god, thank you. The sweet release of death has finally reached me. You know what? Fuck this. I think 63,180 points is more than enough for it. Why did I dodge that? Just kill me. Just kill me. Let me enjoy the peace of final rest. Yeah. Anyway, so that was Onslaught, which, started reasonably strong and then tailed off very quickly. But anyway, it's an interesting curiosity, if nothing else. And I mock it, but I kind of enjoyed that in a weird sort of way. Excuse me, hiccups. Yeah, I kind of enjoyed that in a weird sort of way. Like I say, vaguely hypnotic. Enjoyable? No. Don't bother with this game. It kind of sucks. Anyway, as always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again next time. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please help out the channel by leaving a like or a comment and subscribing. New episodes of Atari A to Z are on Tuesdays and Atari ST A to Z on Thursdays. Check out atariatoz.wordpress.com for a full archive. Do please also check out my other projects moegamer.net, where I explore Japanese and Japanese-inspired games from yesterday and today, and videopackgames.wordpress.com, which aims to catalogue a small but well-formed library of the Philips G7000 Videopack computer, also known as the Magnavox Odyssey 2. You can also support my work on Patreon or buy me a coffee. You can find links to do both down in the video description. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.